Yes everyone, welcome to another video. This is another Premier League betting predictions video. Now I've done this for the first time last week and we done 8 games and 7 of them won. So we were so close to winning £480 from a tenner. So this is the bet we done. A lot of people asked how did the Forest game win when the actual result was a draw. The reason being is because Betfair do a 90-minute promotion. So basically, if Forest were winning on the 90th minute, which they did, the bet automatically wins. And that's why. So they went on to draw, but because Luton scored in extra time, it didn't count. The bet won. That's why. The odds of this are a little bit smaller, but I think it's worth it because in the Premier League now, you get so much extra time. A lot of goals happen, so to have that little bit of a cushion, I think it's worthwhile. So with this, the only game which let us down was the Arsenal game, and to be fair, it was close. Arsenal brought it back. They were 2-0 down, brought it back to 2-2, and then they nearly scored the third as well with Nketiah, but it just wasn't to be. It was close. It was a draw. We move on. But I did say in my video to pick 2 selections out of these and do a double, because that's obviously going to increase your chances, and to earn double your money is a good thing. And in my free Telegram channel, link in the bio, on Saturday I gave everyone in there my 2 selections from the 8 which I believe will come in, and they were Newcastle to beat Palace and Brentford and Burnley to be over 2.5 goals. And that double returned 2.66, so over double your money, and it come in. Over 1,700 people read that Telegram message. So I'd imagine, a lot of yous got on it and you won some money, so well done to you guys. And I will be doing the same with the predictions today. I will pick 2 of my favourites and I will put it in the Telegram account for you guys on Saturday. So this Saturday, the 28th of October 2023, we only have 4 games, and it was quite hard to pick some bets to do which were weren't too low in odds, because I could easily just picked odds which are like 1.1, 1.2, but to do a 4-fold accumulate with them, the odds would just be terrible. It's just not worth it. I've made predictions where the odds are at least 1.4 and above, so we get a good return here and it's fairly realistic. But like I said in my other video, I would suggest picking 2 out of these 4 and doing a double, and I will put it in my Telegram account on the day. And remember guys, if you like football betting and you enjoy anything to do with football and winning money, then make sure you hit the subscribe button and like the video. If you got on the last bet, which I put in the Telegram, or you won any money from my last video, make sure you comment below. That'd be cool. Anyway, let's dive in. Enough chatting, let's dive in. So we start with Chelsea versus Brentford. Chelsea are at home. Chelsea have had a rough start to the season. However, they are unbeaten in 4 games now. They played well against Arsenal. They did bottle it near the end, but apart from the last 10-15 minutes, they were playing quite well. They were unlucky, and they just bottled it. And I think that will give them more drive and motivation for the next game to secure the win, I think, to be honest. Brentford, they were on a bit of a bad run. They've had 3 losses and a draw. But their most recent game, they did win 3-0 against Burnley. And to be fair, they did play really, really well at home. In their last 5 away games, they've only got 1 win. And that was all the way back in August against Fulham. So away from home, they're not doing great. So with this all in mind, I'm going for a Chelsea straight win. And the odds of that are 1.53. Next up, we have Arsenal versus Sheffield. Arsenal have started very well this season. They're continuing from last year. They're on it, and they are unbeaten in the league. So they're smashing it so far, to be fair. And you could say their worst performance was at the weekend against Chelsea. However, it shows that they have fight and a bit of grit to bring it back to 2-2. So, it's them sort of games which you can go on to win the league. When you're losing 2-0 and you bring it back to draw, it's so important. It shows they've got a bit of power in them. And, yeah. Now, Sheffield had a good game at home against Man U. I did say that in my last video. I did say they would play well, and they did score. However, Man U did nick it with 50 minutes to go. They nicked at the end, and they won 2-1. But, Sheffield were unlucky there. They did play well. But unfortunately, I just don't think Sheffield is strong enough here, especially being away from home. The odds are very pants, to be honest, on all the markets. The best I could find was Arsenal to win with a -1 handicap. So they've got to win by 2 goals or more. And the odds of that are 1.4. Next up, we have Bournemouth versus Burnley. Now, they're both in a very similar position. They're both doing very poor. Very, very poor. They both sit in the relegation zone. Now, historically, Burnley do very well against Bournemouth. Burnley have beaten Bournemouth 7 times, and Bournemouth winning just 3 times, and then there has been 2 draws. Now, in the past 12 head-to-heads, 11 of them have all ended in over 1.5 goals, and 67% of head-to-heads have ended with over 2.5 goals. So they usually have a lot of goals when they play each other. And even so early in the season, I think this game is so important to both these teams. This is a winnable game for both of them, and this win could really pretty much be the start of their season. If they win this, they can push on from here, get a bit of confidence, and so it is important for them. For both. I feel like they're both going to be attacking to secure the 3 points, and I think both teams will score, and the odds of that are 1.67. And then the last game on the Saturday, we have Newcastle versus Wolves. In terms of head-to-heads, it's pretty close. Wolves have won 4, Newcastle have won 6, and there's been 8 draws. But I wouldn't look into this too much, because everyone knows how much Newcastle have changed over the past year or two. They've had a lot more investment, so they're a completely different team. So I wouldn't look at that too much. But what I will mention is out of the 18 games they've played each other, 13 have ended in both teams scoring, which is, that's pretty high. When Wolves play at home, they have no issues scoring. They've scored in all 4 home games, and Newcastle have only failed to score in 1 away game, and that was their first away game of the season away to Man City. And they didn't score there. But apart from that, they've scored in every other away game. So with both teams having no issues scoring, but their defences are a bit leaky, I'm going to go with over 2.5 goals here with odds of 1.73. So I've put this all into an accumulator. And you know what? The odds are not great. They're not, well, they are good, don't get me wrong, but they're not as good as last week. We have less games, and the markets, they just weren't as good this week. Like, the odds they were providing for goals and stuff was so low. It was very hard to pick odds which were at least 1.4 and had a good chance of happening. However, this accumulator, the odds are 6.18. So if you was to put £10 on it, you get £61.80. It's weird, even though this is a much less odd accumulator, at odds of 6.18, I feel like this has less chance of happening than last week's accumulator, which was 48. I don't know why, but yeah, it's weird. I don't know. But like I said earlier, what I would do personally is I would choose 2 out of the 4 and do a double if you want to do a serious bet. And then you can always jump on this as a bit of fun, but with odds of 6, I don't know. It's up to you. It's up to you guys. If you've got a free bet, then maybe use it for this and then do a double for a more serious bet. Now, I do have a part 2 to this video where we go over Sunday games and I give you my predictions for that. If you want to see it, drop a like. If we get 500 likes, I will post a video and then you have that video too to watch. So yeah, hit the like button. And as always, comment below what bets you're going to do on Saturday and let me know if you won anything from the previous predictions. Join the free Telegram account. I'm going to post what my 2 favourite picks are out of the 4. So make sure you get in there. It's completely free. Link is in description. Hit subscribe and I shall see you in the next video. Take it easy, guys. Peace.